trying to help mankind and the people of the USA. Yeah, oh, John Boudreaux, he got a lot to say. Oh, yes, he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas. Texas.
Oh no! Oh no!
And there's a blue dot family in the USA.
All over this world.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, howdy shit! Boy, howdy shit! Let's get this rolling, baby.
Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
There is indeed, baby. And I just had one hell of a weekend with them. I swear I had a great time. Hold on. I swear, coming back, nothing is working right. I had to reset everything. Oh, man, that's too bright. Put that down. Let's fix that. I'm sorry. I'm just getting my shit back together from coming back from San Antonio, Texas. I had an outstanding time with Randy Peterson, Michael Johnson, who came in from Kansas City. What a character that guy is. I enjoyed every minute of it. And getting to meet John and Carolyn Metjesco, it seemed like it was the highlight of the trip. It was better than the Riverwalk or anything else that we did, was just meeting them. They are fantastic people. I just had a grand time this weekend, and so much. And let me start off by saying that old saying of the best laid plans of mice and men. I intended to do a, don't be giving me warnings about shit over here, I'll hit you with a hammer. I had intended to do more live video than I did. The problem is, you get there, you get around good people, the conversation starts, the beer starts flowing, and next thing you know, just about the whole evening has gone by. And I just want to say that it just, every time we do this, I make fantastic friends, and this sense of family that we have when we sit around and talk and whatnot. And I was so, I don't know, caught up in shit with listening to all the stories of everybody that was there, the friend circles that they have, that this family expands, and it encompasses so much. And I want to thank every one of you that are involved in this, that participate in this show, that show up in this chat, that have a voice here. I want you to know I love every one of you. I am not all of that. I am not, and it's embarrassing sometimes, but I am just so humble sometimes when people show up and we have a great time. I just want to say I love every one of you. I love this family. It means so much to me, and I know everybody that was there this weekend just had a great time. Anyway, let me thank Jay Clayton, who's he's got a speaker for sale, I guess. Anyway, Jay, I know you and Stephanie are here. Thank you very much for being here. Jeff Curry, Mega Wet Willie's here. Michael Johnson, yeah, that's the guy. That's KY. I got a new nickname for him. Wow, we know her. Anyway, Bruce Preston is here. Randy Peterson. Whoo, pig, buddy, what a weekend. Enjoyed every minute of it. Smart ass squaws here. Martha, thank you for being here. Jeanette Miller, Dina Michael, Debbie Marie is here. Mark Perkins, glad you're here, buddy. Wish you could have been there this weekend. Jeff Curry's here. Let me see. Mega Wet. Let me jump on down here because we got business to take care of. I am just so wore out. Teresa Diggum, thank you for being here, baby. Mitch Goldstein is in the room down here. Let me see if I can get this shit. Oh, people have their hands up first. Ladies first. Let's get Misha Chick up here. And Misha Chick. Oh, darling, you were talked about so much this weekend. Was your ears burning?
Well, maybe a little.
We talked about all of y'all.
Oh,
How are you doing, dear?
I figured you would.
Yep.
Get together.
We are talking about every one of y'all out there, man. lips was. Every one of y'all's ears should have been burning. Say, what is
Well, I
that?
kept up with the photos that everybody was posting. It looked like you had a blast.
Oh, my legs are wore out. I'm just wore off to the bone. I'm tired, but I have that overwhelming feeling of just I had a great time.
Then the one that really cracked me up was Randy posted a little video of a guy that's dressed like a bush.
Oh, did he? If
He
anybody's
pops out.
familiar with YouTube that has seen this, and Travis, I gotta say, spotted this before, because what I saw was, some idiot left his camera sitting here on a tripod and nobody's around.
Right.
What idiot does that? And then you just take a few more steps forward. But Travis had recognized what he is, and Travis made a move, and the guy moved, and Travis, because I see your shit on YouTube, and the guy was real thing. We talked to him for a minute, and he just looked just like a bush. And we walked a little bit farther down the riverwalk, and sure enough, shit, you heard it. Ah! Some lady just screamed. And that's the person he was looking for. But Miss Chick, thank you for being here. Let me see. Mitch, man, we missed having you there, buddy. I just every turn we took, we was wishing you was there. You were missed, brother. Not lighting up a bit, Mitch. Can't hear you. Nothing there.
Gonna have to go back out and come back in, Mitch.
Let me see if something's wrong with my damn. Come on, really? There we go. All right, Mitch, DJ, are you in here?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm sorry I missed everything, but
you missed the party.
I learned one thing about you, John.
What?
From looking at the Friday
I got
night
pretty legs. Is that what you were gonna say?
Skinny legs.
I got to look down there at that picture and I said, "Oh, look at the fucking legs. That looks terrible, man."
I've never seen your shorts till then, and that was.
There's a reason for that. I noticed that picture. I said, "Oh Lord, my legs are white as everything." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine are too.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
It was hot. That first Friday was really hot. It rained Friday night, pretty heavily, lightning storm, all this, and then Saturday, you couldn't ask for a more perfect day. The weather was cool. There was no clouds. It was just a gorgeous day on Saturday, and we took advantage of it. I walked my legs off.
Any better?
That's a lot better, Mitch. How are you?
I'm splendid. How's the Blue Dot family doing?
I'm worn out, but I'm happy as shit. We missed you this weekend, brother. We talked about you too.
We had a Masonic event this weekend, and it was a symposium that I chaired, and I could not get out of it, but I'm happy to hear you guys managed to have a good time with that.
We did. It was hard. It was difficult, but we persevere. That's what we do. We adapt, we overcome, we move forward. And but no, I really truly missed you. There's such certain people I've met before, and I've met a lot of y'all, and you, Mitch, stand out from the last one just so much, and I think everybody thought that. And then David and Sally, the guy I call Badass. I'll talk to him on the phone. We message back and forth. I wished he would have been there to enjoy it. Like so many others, Miss Linda, Susan Jarrett. It just, we missed so many that were there last time. But like I said, we adapted, we overcame, we moved forward, and we had a great time. And yeah.
I'm so glad to hear.
Yeah, we were sitting out on the patio. I was, hey, I almost got picked up by two ladies last night. I don't know what time it was. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting out on my balcony smoking a cigarette. Oh well, that's what I was doing. And
those kind of
These,
ladies.
well, I don't know. They came in walking in through the parking lot, and I guess it was the glow from my cigarette. Oh Lord. Hi. Talked to me for a minute and wanted me to come down there and open the door. I said, "I'm sorry, baby, I can't do that." Y'all have a good night, though. Bye. Anyway. Yeah, it was a great time. Look at here. Well, let's see. Ed's down
Did you
here.
Did you just get tacos or what?
No, we didn't. That was the plan. We didn't, but John and Carolyn did. Uh,
Ooh.
yeah, John and Carolyn. As a matter of fact, she sent me a picture. We made it. All right, outstanding. And because they had John had a nephew that lived there, and so they had family there that they also got to visit, and it was just. I'm telling you, it was just a great time. And Caroline was such a bubbly personality. She just was a joy to even be around.
Well, we could try to hook up in the fall.
Well, we're already
Texas
thinking.
is actually lovely in the fall.
Uh, we want to plan the next one. We want to plan another one. Uh,
What about
I don't want to keep asking people to go into San Antonio.
what about the Blue Dots North?
I know.
Michael and myself in Kansas City.
Yeah, Michael was pitching Kansas City as the next location.
Well, Michael and I can plan it in Kansas City and get it ready for
Folks,
maybe
let me do it.
Labor Day.
I like my joint.
That's a 4-day weekend.
Shit, John's having a great time, I'm telling you. No, and I see, Michael, why ain't you raising your hand? That's what I just wondering. See his ass
Raise
up
your
there.
hand, Michael.
He's got stories. He might be
He's-
recuperating. I mean, we were all pretty wore out. Michael just about passed out on the way back from San Antonio in the front seat there. I don't think he was asleep, but boy, he was relaxing.
Well, I was talking to him right before the meeting here, and he said he had to pee really badly. He might still be in the bathroom.
Yeah, it happens every day. Anyway, no, I'm
Taking
telling
care of
you,
business.
it was a lot of fun. The Riverwalk, for anybody that's ever been there, that's entertainment in itself. You don't even have to stop and eat at a restaurant or get a drink or anything. It's just walking that Riverwalk up one side, down the other. It is so pleasing. So and everybody that Randy he just loved it. He just loved walking on the Riverwalk, and at night it's just beautiful. So yeah.
It's great when it's not full of MAGA right wing douchebags.
That's true. This time it wasn't. I didn't have any problems with anybody. Really, the only thing that happened, I guess politically wise, you would say, would be today when we left San Antonio. It was this morning. So we got out of town, out of the loop, and then hit a Whataburger that was on the side of the highway down there in that little town. And we went in there to get breakfast and eat it on the way back. And I walked in there and wearing this shirt, which is like I've told y'all before, I like this shirt. I like to wear it in public. Say something on this shirt that is not true. And anyway, we're out there in the Whataburger. And all of a sudden, I swear I told Mama a little while ago, it's almost like a scene out of a Clint Eastwood movie. There he is over there on the other side of the restaurant. Big old boy. He's looking right at me. And it's obvious he's looking at me. And he gives his head a little shake. Oh, hello. Did you not read it the first time? Here, let me stand here in front of you and stare you in the eye. Do you want to read it again? I don't care how long this takes. And that's what was running through my mind is all you need is a little Clint Eastwood movie in the soundtrack in the background. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, whatever. And then he finally turned around and went
Did you get a little adrenaline going?
I was ready. You want to say something? Go ahead. This was an extended stare for a little bit. Because he was staring at me and I'm there. It's like, what do you want? You want to talk about something? You have something? I'm not saying that. I'm just looking at him. Like, what? And so anyway, he went and sat down. And Travis he didn't like that. So I said, okay, I'm going to go outside and wait for y'all. And because we got it to go anyway. So I went outside and I noticed, oh, look at there. Guy's in a booth right by the window. Huh. Well, yeah, smoked my whatever I was smoking there. And I was walking around like I'm looking around like, where am I? Like anybody passing through town. And I'm just kept walking right past his window, looking around. Didn't look at him, just looking around. You want to see it again, asshole? I don't antagonize anybody, but if you're going to try to stare me down, yeah, I'm ready. You want to have that conversation? Let's go. I'm always ready for that because I get it a lot. So Makes other
You
people,
get
it makes other people around me uncomfortable.
You sound a lot like me, John. I'm always looking for trouble,
I,
but trying not to get into it.
I'm just not gonna. You what? You don't like my shirt? I'm sorry. Don't fucking look at it. But
I'm
I'll
looking at a
point.
pic.
Never mind.
Huh?
Something in the
I said I'm looking at the picture right now. Let's see. Carolyn and John,
Yep.
Randy, Mike Johnson. Oh, what a crew!
What a crew. What a crew. Oh, I'm
Really?
telling you, John, everybody. Michael Johnson, outstanding character. You wouldn't believe it. He's just a kick to be around. Randy Peterson, he's my bud. Today we were talking about our time in the Philippines. We were not there together, but same city, different time. He's explaining McSai Street, which was right over you go to the bridge over Shit River. He talked about that. You know, the McSai, go down to Rizzo. He's telling the story. He remembered every place on that. It's miles long, and then he said, you come to Rizzo where it tees, and you go down to the right. That's where New Jolos is. And the minute he said that, oh Lord, me and you have had the same experiences, my friend. I've been in that club. It's not a place where gentlemen should be. Let's just say that. But an experience for any young sailor, you know. But anyway, it was John and Carolyn were just so gracious, they're wonderful people. Just so impressed with them.
I agree was going to be in the Masonic Club.
That's true. Smart ass guy. He's probably, what's this guy in Texas wearing a shirt like that for? Well, because all of us here in Texas ain't idiots. And but I've been out of the news all weekend. Not a bit of news. Nothing. I don't know what's going on outside of
Good
the.
for you.
Not missing
Take a
nothing.
break.
Man.
Nothing missing. I understand the debt ceiling is still not.
Still hovering, yeah.
Biden, I seen a
G7.
commercial right before or not a commercial, but a news clip where he stood up there, Biden saying they're not wanting to move, so there's no deal.
Yeah, the G7 is meeting the last few days or whatever, and apparently everybody was grilling Janet, yelling about, what the hell? What's going on? What's wrong with you people? You can't default. It's going to ruin everything for everybody.
The debt ceiling is a myth. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
we keep going over it, so it's an imaginary limit that we put on ourselves, and we break it every damn time.
What's worse, Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to put articles of impeachment on Biden.
Yeah, I heard. I seen a headline. I haven't read no stories, but I just glanced over some headlines.
You know something? We do this
Your
woman a
triple bill,
favor.
John. Hope it went well.
It did, Ed. I'm sorry, Ed. Ed, how are you doing?
I'm great.
I'm
John.
recovering.
Missed you
I'm
the other
recuperating
night.
from a
You know,
weekend. I can't see.
Yeah, no,
shit
missed
in
you.
front of me. Anyway.
Yeah,
but,
tonight's the last episode of NCIS Los Angeles, which is sad. Gonna watch the final episode of NCIS Los Angeles, which is they're ending it after 14 seasons, which
14
is sad.
seasons.
Ed, do you want to know what is sad for me about that?
What's that?
Last weekend, I traded in my Dodge Challenger for an electric car.
You did indeed.
Yes, and so if I watch that episode, I'm going to cry when I see their Challenger they're driving around in. I miss mine.
Mega
They
Wet
have,
Willie.
they have a Demon or I'm not sure, but they have the big high-powered Challenger. And it's
Hemi?
Oh, yeah, it's a 6.4 liter Hemi.
I can't stand Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's just
Who can?
honestly.
I don't know
does
how
the
her
people
family
in
stands
Dalton
her
and
ass.
14th District of Georgia live with themselves? How do they sleep at
I
night?
I used to
won by landslide.
Ed, I used to give them a little bit of a cut. Okay, maybe you got fooled. You're caught up in the moment. Yay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. But she's been a congresswoman for 2 years. You know who she is. You know who she is, and you voted for her again. Now you just proved yourselves, in my opinion, to be a bunch of ignorant, backwoods, butt-sucking, I don't know what you're doing up there, but to elect that as your representative and not be embarrassed by that, You're
I
a
know,
special
right?
kind of stupid. Isn't that what they say? You're a
know what?
special kind of
You
stupid, and I
missed-
don't care how they try to sell her. Oh,
you
she's
missed in
just
the
standing
news.
up. No, she's ignorant. Huh?
She said that she thinks that Biden's being held captive by these Democrats on the debt ceiling. That he
Well,
really
of course. She fits right in with the ones that think that Trump is actually still president and Biden's just a figurehead up there and Donnie's really
Oh,
I
well,
don't know.
let's
They
just
have
do-
every kind of stupid shit. What'd you say, Mitch?
I said, let's say that they're right. So that means that if Trump served in
That's true.
if Trump served in 2016 and he's president right now,
Right now.
well, then he can't run in
That's
2024.
what the law.
Can
Hey,
he?
they're going to change that, though. He's got plans to change that.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Change
I
the
want
Constitution.
to remind everybody how a lucid idea, and I want everybody to realize that what we are always calling for term limits. And I want to tell you something. Term limits gave us George Bush the second. Term limits gave us Donald Trump. So I do not want to hear about term limits. If not for term limits, I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled about Bill Clinton being president 3 in a row, but he'd be better
I
than
think
the
I would have been
fiasco
thrilled to see
that
Obama
For
go.
Obama getting
I would have
Obama
been
would
thrilled.
easily won.
Easily.
Won.
Hands down.
I would have gone for Obama to have a third term, and I would be ecstatic.
And
in 10 years.
ecstatic, exactly.
So
I
what we
would.
really want is reasonable term limits, like on
Exactly.
Congress,
That is where
like
I am.
on the
In
Senate,
Congress.
and
That's what I
like
talk
On
about.
the Supreme
we need
Court.
them on the
Could you
Supreme
imagine
fucking
if
court.
Trump?
There should be an age limit. You know, once you hit 80, you're done.
80.
Yeah,
Make
80
room.
and out.
If not,
Here's
you're
the thing,
holding up
Mitch, John.
something for the older. It's the younger generation that's the future they have to build. So yeah, Congressman, you can't stay in there for life. You're just rooted in there, and you become a worthless piece of shit that only you. My congressman, that's Michael Cloud. I've checked his record. I got active vote here. Tells me every time he votes. He only votes with the way the Republican Party tells him to vote. If they don't tell him, it's nay on anything. He will vote. He has no voice. He sits around and hides somewhere in Congress. He just collects a check and votes the way he's told, or else the Republican Party will slap the shit out of him.
We'll trade
Because
you
he's
for
a
Buddy
coward.
Carter, our congressman in our southeast district. I'll trade you.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do that, man. Look at my governor down here. Are you shitting me?
I know.
My senators, especially Ted Cruz. That's my senator. That asshole is my senator. Nobody likes Ted Cruz. Republicans don't like Ted Cruz.
And your congressman's a winner too.
Yeah. Oh, my congressman is a winner.
He's a dumb fucking man.
He sits in his office. He does what he's told, and he shuts his mouth. That's what my
Greg
congressman does.
Yep.
He wants to
Greg
hide because he's in a
Here's the thing.
gerrymandered district, and all he knows he has to do is keep his nose out of trouble. He'll get reelected every damn time.
Yeah, and
Democrats
if they're-
control the Senate. They told me.
yes, well,
Because we
in a
have
fair
Warnock and
fight,
Ossoff.
with no gerrymandering, no voter suppression, Republicans lose everywhere in America
everywhere.
every time.
In Texas, too. If it was not for gerrymandering, this state would already be blue. And let me remind everybody, we are getting a little bit closer to that blue point every time we vote here. And it will
correct.
make a cycle. We
I could
will
also
cycle
say-
back.
Puerto Rico becomes the 51st state, Republicans will never have the Senate again.
Never. You think Puerto
DC
Rico would...
becomes the 51st state or 52nd state? Even more so. Republicans will never control any House of Congress.
And guess what? That's why they're
Mitch?
not
Where
there.
does that leave Guam?
Well, Guam, the rules are a little different for Guam, unfortunately.
It's a little bit
Mitch,
more difficult. It's still in American territory.
Mitch, a
Yeah.
gentleman from Puerto Rico tried to rent a car. I read a story about him. I don't remember his name. He tried to rent a car, and he had his legitimate Puerto Rico identification. And he gave that to the woman at the desk to rent the car, and she kept asking him for his passport.
Hey, guys, I'm going to jump off and let somebody else jump in. Love you, John. Sorry I didn't get to see you this weekend.
Mitch, I look
but-
forward to the time I
we'll
get
make
to
it
see
happen.
you again, my friend.
All
Tell,
right, take
tell
care,
Juliet
everybody.
we send our love.
Sure will. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
Greg Abbott signed a bill yesterday
Yeah.
putting a $400 surcharge on anybody who buys an electric car.
I heard that.
Really?
Fascism at its finest.
There you
Well,
go.
you know, here in Michigan, they're throwing that around because the gas tax goes to the road repair. But if you're not buying gas,
then you're
but
not
you're still using
contributing
the
your fair
roads,
share to the.
right? So they're
Yeah.
trying to come up with ways to compensate that back in somehow.
Well, you're paying your electric bill, which has a lot of
But it
tax.
doesn't go to
Taxes.
roads.
Yeah. It
Well,
doesn't
it
go.
doesn't matter. You're still getting taxed.
No,
Yeah,
well,
but you know how governments
it's where
are.
the taxes
It's where the
go.
taxes are going. You pay property
Well,
tax, you pay road tax, or gasoline tax, which pays for the road taxes. You know, there's
The
all
only
sorts of
good
fees
part
that
is-
every county and city and every.
I
Place.
mean, not every state is
uh,
the same, but that's
No,
the way it is
no.
here.
We get a $7,500 federal tax credit on this car in this year.
Well, that's a good
But I
part.
think
Yeah.
it's terrible if you put some kind of a surcharge on owning an electric car. That's really not right. Even in Michigan, I disagree with that. Shouldn't be done.
Hello, Von Barry. We're glad you're here. We missed you in San Antonio, man. Wished you would have been there.
Oh,
Carol
Von Barry.
Gillen, Jess Coggins. Man, I'm telling you.
Just a quick note, John.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Keep me on
Mega-
track,
mega-
baby, because my mind is just, it's
oh, no,
out there,
this,
baby.
No, this is a Blue Dot one. Mega Wet Willie.
Yes?
Remember he had a toe amputated because
Yes,
of that
I
spider
saw
bite?
his comment in there that the stitches are out.
Yep, and it sounds like he's all good to go back to work.
Outstanding. Yeah,
Wow.
cleared to go back to work.
That was
Boy,
a nasty bite, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not easy.
I've
Something
been-
not easy to recover from.
I've been bitten twice by brown recluses. Both times I've had like the typical abscess bite, and I've treated it with cortisone, which is what the vets do. When a cow or other farm animal is bitten by a brown recluse, they inject cortisone into the area around it.
Yeah,
That's how they
I've
treat farm
had two
animals.
also. One on my stomach, one on my arm. Ate a big old hole in both of me.
Oh, they're
At least
terrible.
it's not heart dewormer. I mean, horse medicine. I mean, remember that horse medicine people were taking for the anti-vaxxers?
Yes.
At least
Oh,
it's not that.
Yeah.
Ivermectin?
Ivermectin.
Something like that.
Is that what it was? Ivermectin? or something?
Ivermectin.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Horse dewormer.
I worked on my horse. Well, get you some hay and
John,
set it
may I
down.
make a suggestion
Sir.
on your meetup? May I recommend El Paso next time?
El Paso, Texas. Out in
Marty
the West
Roberts
Texas
sang
town of
out
El
in the
Paso.
West, and they're out in El Paso.
That's true. El Paso is a beautiful city. It's overlooked by a lot of people. It really is. It has a lot to offer. I don't know. I was trying to think of somewhere more central. We was, Michael Johnson. Will tell you real quick. Get your ass up here to Kansas City. It's central to the United States, and Kansas City does have a lot to offer. Known for its jazz and its barbecue.
It was the end of the trail.
And
Kansas
Michael
City
Johnson,
was-
so. What better reason to go there?
Yep. I'm ready to go.
What are you doing down there? Oh,
I'm only
when we got it. Well, I'll tell you what. Travis and I were talking that the next time this happens, and if it is San Antonio, this time we're just not going to kid ourselves. We're going to take a little, try to save up for it to be able to get a room on the Riverwalk, which is more expensive. As Michael could tell you, thank goodness we got saved from that. But if you start throwing in, like for us to leave our motel room and go down to the Riverwalk, we got to drive over there and then find a parking lot. And oh Lord, parking is not cheap, especially evidently this weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend. Plus, there was a large event. I don't know what it was at the Alamo Dome last night, and Travis and I went to go take John and Carolyn back to their motel, and we dropped them off, and it only took 7 minutes to get from our hotel to theirs. It took Travis and I 45 minutes to get back to our hotel.
Oh.
That I was in a line.
You got caught in
Oh,
traffic.
you're not moving. There ain't you move 20 feet every 15 minutes or something. It's like, what in the hell? But yeah, we got caught up in traffic last night, and it was hell getting back. So yeah, we all the plans that we had made for last night's dinner on the Riverwalk didn't pan out. Because by the time we got back to the room, plus all of us had been around the pool all day. Just, you know, anybody that was at the last Blue Dot meeting knows the same thing. You know, we go do the sightseeing thing and be tourists, but most of the time, probably sent around the motel, around, you know, having a few beers and talking, and just, that's what we're there for, to really, to visit with each other.
Michael's got his hand up.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Oh, you know?
No,
I didn't know.
I put it there.
He just hasn't
He's
accepted
probably
No, he
tired.
hasn't accepted.
Michael
I
is
see.
probably
I
wore
didn't see
out. That's what, you know, I just put it there in case he wanted to.
He did say he's worn out. from
Oh,
all the walking.
he had a great time. He had a great time.
He took some great pictures, too.
Yes, he did. I seen the video he posted, and it just made me feel all sorts of good. He's a great guy. You know, he sings. Oh, man can play a guitar and sing. Are you shitting me? Oh, yeah, he can. Yeah, we're up at, I don't know what time it was in our hotel room. We was banging away on the guitar, and finally dawned on, maybe we better not do that so loud in here. I don't even know what time it was. Pretty late into the evening. But yeah, it turned out to be exactly what every Blue Dot family meeting that we've had, and this was our third one. Good people that just, you know, like I said, we did the tourist thing. You can't beat the Riverwalk. It's just, it is the key to all of San Antonio. But it's more of the sitting around and being able to visit with people that you've seen on the chat. Hello, Paulette Pacifico. Talking about people I wish I could meet. That was the best part of the whole damn thing. Was that, and it has been every time. And every time, it blows my mind away. It really does. Because it's not lost on me that these people spent money to come here to see me. And I'm not worth it. That's the bottom line, baby. You're wasting your money. I'm not that thing. I'm not that. I'm just like every one of y'all. That's it. I got a camera and a microphone, and that's the only difference. You know, it's I've always been this way in my whole life. If you want to stand across the room and stare me down, good fucking luck with that, baby, because I'm there. But I stand by my friends. I stand by my convictions, and I don't bend them for anybody. And I don't know. I am humbled so many times that people would spend money to come down to but it's more than me, and that's what I want everybody to know. It's not me. It's this family. We sat around.
All mushy, wushy, gushy.
Yeah, all wishy, gushy. We sat around mostly talking about the connections that everybody has made within this family. Not with me, but with each other. And that's the heart of the family. Yeah, that's right, Meg Weldy. Take a picture, buddy. I'm gonna search right here. You want to read it again? You want me to get closer? I don't give a shit. Say something to me because I'm always cocked and ready. But I'm a nice guy. Don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you. So that's the deal. Anyway. Yeah, so much for the mushy shit. What's in the news? Somebody catch me up because I'm sitting here looking at my thing.
Well, in Michigan, Michigan, there's something going on.
What?
The GOP, some of the GOP members of the party are trying to move away and out of the party and start a third party in the state of Michigan. They're trying to get 45,000 signatures to get on the, I guess, on the ballot or whatever, somehow to be approved for their third party for the next election. Because they don't in the mega party, the mega GOP, the MAGA GOP, or however you say.
The MAGA.
Not surprised.
A little crazy, and yeah, the staunch regular Republicans are like, nope, don't want to be around them.
Exactly.
Don't blame
Real
them.
Republicans don't want to be around the MAGAs.
Yeah, well, I consider there to be a difference between people who have conservative views. Not all Republicans voted for Trump. We we've seen that over time. Not enough. Not
Well,
enough.
David Jolly is moving out of, is considering moving out of Florida right now.
There's a Keith Thompson. Thank you very much, brother. Came in with a $2 donation and said, "I wish I was there. I even closed the back door." Brother, we appreciated that. On Saturday, we couldn't have asked for finer weather. It was just perfect all day long. And so, Keith, we wish you would have been there too. I wish everybody could make a trip somewhere. Man,
Well, I wanted to meet Joe.
Joe Garcia.
I really wanted to meet
Joe wasn't able to make it. He had several things come up that popped up in his way, so Joe didn't get be there, but he was there in spirit. He wasn't home when we came up. That's where we parked the cars over there at Joe's house, and then everybody piled into my car, and there we went. It's a nice little car. I burned a half a tank of gas to go to San Antonio and back. I love it. My truck, 2 tankfuls would have been. So, big difference. But no. I wish Joe would have made it, but he didn't make it. Maybe next time. And there's going to be a next time. I have no doubt. This is going to happen again. You know, the biggest reason this one happened was John and Carolyn were going to be in San Antonio. And once they contacted me and said, "John, can you come up?" "Why, you bet your ass." And then we put the word out. We're going to go to San Antonio. And so that's how that started. So it can start on a whim. It's better if we could plan it out a little farther for everyone involved, because that way a little bit more planning.
Would you be willing to fly to KC?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because it's easy. Because A, Mom's not going to one of these. I wish she would. And boy, howdy shit did I miss her. And she knows it. But B, Mama don't fly. Dad does. Mom ain't. So that works. Yeah. I would be up for Kansas City or anywhere else that we could pick that people we could make a trip to.
Missouri has a lot of state parks just around the state, and there's few close to Kansas City. You could meet up in a state park, and people could camp out or whatever, or rent cabins, whatever they want to do. And there's beautiful state parks in the state of Missouri, really beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that would be an idea. Whatever it is, whatever it turns out to be.
We got lots of time to talk about it.
Yeah, we got lots of time to plan the next one. You know.
So, anyways, back to the G7.
What happened at the G7?
Well, like I said, they were grilling, yelling on, like, "What are you guys doing?" But what they are trying to do is they announced a new slate of sanctions on more than 300 targets designed to block workarounds that have permitted Russia to continue its war against Ukraine. Right? So they're trying to tighten that up. And I think Zelensky actually was able to attend.
I heard that he was. That he was going to be
at least one day, I think.
I saw in the news right before I came in that the Wagner Group is claiming that they have taken the city of Bakhmut.
Yeah, they keep claiming
that's
back
being
and
disputed.
forth on that. I don't, yeah.
But what got me about the headline was Wagner Group claims control of Bakhmut will leave the city on May 25th. What? What? You took the city, but now you're going to advertise. Well, we're leaving. We took it. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Well, they got paid to take it, but they didn't say they had to keep it.
Yeah, they didn't have to keep it. We just took it. There you go. Look here. We plant our flag. Okay, see y'all later. We're leaving. We did our job.
Like it.
What the fuck?
Sounds like a moonwalk.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like we were here. We planted our flag. Okay, we're leaving. Getting the hell out of here because they're fixing to get their ass kicked.
But
there is more support coming for Ukraine here lately. We've seen the news about F-15s. Pilots being trained to put F-15s in there. They put those in there. It's a game changer.
The Bradleys arrived. And the German tanks arrived.
There you go.
And the other news, well, I haven't finished the other one, but was that I guess there was a little bit of a technical bookkeeping error as far as the military budget goes.
Oh, pray tell.
And go figure, they have a couple extra, I don't know if it's $1 million or $1 billion.
I'm guessing billions.
it's like, excuse me, $100 is a clerical error.
Yeah, when you start putting
A
a
couple
whole lot of
million
zeros
is
behind,
not.
and this has always been my stand on this because I was both in the military active duty, and then I worked for the military for 16 years as a civilian. We have a bloated fucking defense budget, and the graft in the theft is like it's built into the fucking system. Because defense is easy to sell, because every American wants a strong defense for our country.
Yes,
But
we
we
do.
are
We
getting
do.
screwed by damn near every defense contractor there is, and I always say nobody fucks this country over faster than good old-fashioned red-blooded Americans, baby. And it's
Hey, John.
true.
But
It's
John,
it's
those,
not that simple either.
no.
no, but the companies that I work for and the companies that I saw building the computer systems for the U.S. Air Force, I'll tell you right now, John, I can't tell you the number of times that they put a system in play and it didn't work. They really just put junk out there as far as the computer systems they were building for the Air Force. They'd install a system and they'd have to back out that
I
install.
described it this weekend as there are plenty of companies out there that my aircraft needs this widget. And this widget costs $100. A lot more than that, probably 10,000, but whatever. Make the math easy. I
Well-
need that widget. Wait, hold on, DJ.
Okay.
I need that widget. But when I go to the company to buy that widget, I can't buy one widget. No. I have to buy 100 of these widgets. All right? That's the way the company sells them. That's the way the government buys them. I buy 100 widgets. I take that one widget I need right now because I got to fix this airplane. I go out there and I fix the damn airplane. Now I got 99 of these things that go into storage. They stay in storage for a certain amount of time, and then things are taken off and taken to what they call PDO, Property Disposal Office, where we sell it at a very big discount back
That's
to
because
the
it's obsolete.
no, not obsolete. This is material that is overstocked. You can't
okay.
keep it on the shelves. You have to recycle.
I've been in the warehouse.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen it.
logistics. Anyway, those 99 widgets are now put back into PDO, and guess who's sitting there ready to buy them real fast? The
Same
company that sold them to us. They're going to buy back those 99 for dirt cheap, put them back on the shelf, package them up with the next 100, and sell them to Uncle Sam again.
Back
It's
in
a
the 80s,
fucking
Anderson-
racket.
Right.
Anderson Consulting kept building systems that didn't work for the DoD back in the 80s, and they kept re-upping their contracts, which I could not understand. Why would you give a contract back to somebody who just totally fucked up?
Just
your
totally
system?
fucked up I can't tell you, and I'm just one person who recognized so much waste, fraud, and abuse within the government, and I'm just one person. You multiply that by thousands of people across this country who every day go to work doing the best they can for this country, but watching the same thing I saw. U.S. companies willing to screw this government over, our country over, to make a profit, and they do it every freaking day. That's how come we have an $860-something billion defense budget.
Well, somebody
Guess
said
who's
we're
not getting
breached.
that money? The soldier,
Somebody-
the sailor, the airman. They're not getting that money. Hell no.
Unlike a company that tries to, keep an eye on that shit, it's not a company. And there are so many people that they're just there, just doing their job, and they're not in charge of doing all of the oversight and whatnot.
If you're a consultant,
Because it's too much.
Yeah.
That's how we got descriptions of hammers that last 2 pages long.
Well, and how many different sites do you have in the world? Really,
well,
I
if you're
don't
a
know.
consultant, you're just a seat. They don't see you as a human being.
I've always said we
Consulting
could have the
companies wanna
same,
fill
a
seats.
stronger military by cutting out 1/3 of our budget immediately. You could
Well, if they
still.
have empty seats, that's lost revenue. These companies want to fill those seats,
Sure.
and they lose the revenue on the
Yeah.
contract.
What were you going to say,
Says-
Miss Chick?
Well, I was gonna get back to Russia because we got sidetracked by that other comment.
We always
but
do that.
I know we do.
I know. We're bad at that.
So after Russia, has seen that these new sanctions are coming out, they Russia announced that it would not allow any consular access to the Wall Street Journal reporter that
Oh,
they're
really?
holding.
Really?
Yeah. Nope, no counselor's gonna see him. He was arrested in March, and he's still there on false charges of espionage.
Mm.
But it also put out a list of what seems like somewhat random Americans that are banned
Oh,
from entering Russia. So it's people like Barack Obama, Stephen Colbert,
really?
45 members of the House of Representatives, former ambassadors to Russia, various journalists, and the woman who wrote this article that I'm reading. And they're accusing all of those people of being hostile to Russia. So they're banned. They can't.
Can't come in.
But it also aligned Putin with far right Republicans who back Trump, blaming those on the list for being directly involved in the persecution of dissidents in the wake of the so-called storm of the Capitol. That's in quotes.
Mm.
One of those banned was Michael Byrd, the Capitol police officer who killed Ashley Babbitt,
Right.
which was the woman who was trying to
The
break
guy
into the
that
chamber.
Trump called a thug.
Apparently, yeah.
Yes, that's what Trump called him, a thug.
Yeah.
And he emphasized the word. Really?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, okay, Putin, whatever. You banned some people. Like, they
I
really
really
wanted to rush to go to Russia right now, anyways.
You know, I keep waiting. I don't know. Hopefully, for that headline how Russia took care of that problem over there. You know, this is Putin's war. This is
Yeah.
by choice of one man. I don't think this was neither the Russian society nor the Russian military that decided we're going to go over here and take Ukraine back. This was just one man.
Well, there was a Russian admiral that spoke up against Putin, and then I didn't hear anything, so they may have disappeared.
Well, I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
That
they
shit
fall
fell out of a
windows.
window. You know, it happens all the time over there.
Yeah,
Evidently, they
have
need to
heart
fix them
attacks
windows.
and-
Yeah. What is? I'm sorry. I just saw a headline a little while ago. Damn it, where was it? Let me get back to it because it was right there, and it said, I don't know. I got to find. Oh, you son of a gun! Never mind. It changed. It said Trump has a argument with his legal team on live TV. That's all.
Oh, I did see something about that, but I didn't look into it.
Yeah,
because
I
it just doesn't surprise me anymore.
No, it doesn't surprise me. I think one by one
But
they're gonna jump off a sinking ship.
when they say on TV, so where were
I
they
don't
being
know.
interviewed? I wonder.
I don't know. I went back to it. You know how they do it? Changes the headlines or some shit.
Were they on Tucker Carlson's new show
Probably.
on Twitter?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Oh,
I just
whatever.
I got curious by that headline. Like, what? Let's see who else is talking about what.
Yeah, he's trying to get some judge on one of the things disqualified for some reason. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
just keep trying your tricks. Go ahead. They said, nope, not going to happen.
Over the long run, I'm watching. This is not looking good for the Republicans at all. The long range of this thing. But on that same note, I just said it to my son a few minutes before I get in there. Always remember, he is not looking to win an election. He's
John?
not. He's looking
Trump-
to raise an army.
The video of Trump and his lawyers is on CNN on YouTube. YouTube CNN.
It was on CNN. There was some disagreement with the lawyers or something.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube. It's posted on YouTube.
I'll have to check it out later. It intrigues me, really. I don't know. I seen another headline that said some Trump boast may be the one thing that gets his ass in trouble even more or something. I don't know what that was. I just came home and turned on the computer and started looking at headlines. Because for 3 days I haven't done that. It was bliss. Anyway, when I got home, of course, I want to see Mama and my dogs, my bird and my donkey, and everybody acted like they missed me, so lovely feeling. Oh, yeah, one of them all moments. Cat came, jumped right up. Hank, my cat Hank. And our new little kitten, remember I told you all about the little gray fuzzy thing? Yeah, he's still here.
Uh-oh.
He's eating though. He's eating. So no bottles.
Okay.
He got the wet food there, and he's lapping it up. So there you go. He'll make it, I guess.
So there's no lack of kitties there, huh?
No, no lack of kitties here. Of course, when I sat out on the porch amongst them, it did make me feel good. I was home, baby. Got to keep them under control, but I love every one of them.
I love kittens, and I'll tell you what.
That's right.
Freya,
It's Travis's new kitten, not mine.
oh well, Freya, when she moves around, I swear it's a fox moving around my house. She looks just like a fox.
Oh, really?
When they,
Your new one?
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Maine Coon.
Yeah.
She looks just like a fox.
Those are pretty cats. Those are really pretty cats.
Oh, she's getting beautiful, especially her colors. Her colors were very dark when she was a kitten, and now the sort of rust color and the tan colors and all those are bursting forth on her fur. Beautiful.
Let's see here. Who do y'all want to pick on? Let's pick on somebody. We can pick here.
Pick on something?
Yeah, we're gonna pick there. We're gonna pick.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's about the best one to pick on.
Huh?
If you're going to pick on something, pick Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's about the best one to pick on.
I was picking on people that are on my screen over here.
Oh,
Catman 56. Keith, how in the hell are you, brother? You're muted up. There you go. Hello, Keith. Uh-oh. I can't hear you, and you're not lighting up, Keith.
Well, he's lighting up a little bit.
Is he?
Yeah, just a hair.
Not on mine. I don't. Well, I'm blind anyway.
I'm still wearing.
I'm blind in one eye, can't see out the other. So.
No, Keith, hear you, Keith.
Not a bit.
You are lighting up, but something's wrong with your volume.
Yeah. Almost heard you, and then it stopped.
No.
No.
Not clear.
You want to recycle back down and try to come back up?
Check your Discord volume too. Maybe your output's not outputting.
I will give Keith a little commercial. The socks that he recommended are fantastic.
Oh, you got
for,
you some?
Neuropathy. They're
good.
wonderful.
I'm pretty sure I probably could have used a pair this weekend. Brother, I walked. The river walk is beautiful and it's so much fun. But be prepared, you're going to walk. That's what it's about, though. But for anybody that's been on the river walk, it is. There's no guardrails that are going to keep you from falling in that water. Sidewalk goes right next to it. One wrong move, and there you go. But you don't see that. Nobody's falling in the water or anything. But it's a pathway that is filled with lighting, with shrubbery and waterfalls and weird water configurations and artwork. It's entertainment in itself. Just walking up and down the Riverwalk. Because that's what it is. That's what it's about. But we were talking this weekend about the extent that city, because I believe that they started that back in the 50s, to design and build such a fantastic natural, or what appears to be natural, it's all man-made, but what appears to be just a wonderful paradise of bars and restaurants and dim-lit shops, and it's just so nice. So I wish everybody could come. So, but meanwhile, so we're all fixing to go broke unless he pulls out the 14th Amendment.
Yeah, no checks, no Social Security checks in June, possibly. That's
how far the Republicans are willing to take this shit. I understand that he came out and said there's no deal, though. There's no deal because they don't want to.
I really don't understand how they think this does anything for them or makes them look good.
I don't know.
What is their point?
You're willing to
do they want to ruin the Democratic, make it look like it's all Biden's fault?
That's exactly what it is.
We can see that it's not.
Yes, it's not. Oh, he won't bargain with it. No, it's the debt. It's what we already owe, you assholes.
And the White House really doesn't have any power over what happened.
Who doesn't?
other than influenced maybe by their voices, but the president of the United States does not control the debt.
No,
No, he doesn't.
no, Congress does. And guess
And
who's
they're the ones
spending the
that
money?
passes all of the money, anyways. Yeah. So
You know, so
what? It's just a stupid game they play to get their people to think that they're doing something for them, but they're really not. They're
no,
doing the
no,
opposite.
none of this
they're
is.
ruining their lives.
Everything the Republicans want to do is to cut social services. That's it. Everything they want to do away with. They want to make programs like if you're on Medicaid, you got to do some work or something, or you know.
So essentially, they want to kill off all their constituents, starve
Basically.
them to death, and have nobody that will vote for them.
Well, by that time they
the way I
figured
look at
they
it.
would have already installed their glorious leader. Because again, I always come back to Donald Trump is not trying to win an election. I don't. If he's on the ticket, he won. That's it. That's it. At the end of the election, it doesn't matter what results come in, who was there. He won. And if he didn't win, y'all cheated, and we're going to burn this country to the ground. That's what his plan is. And that should make a lot of people in this country scared, because he does not have a majority. There's not massive amounts of maggots that are going to show up and do anything. But it doesn't take massive amounts of maggots. It just takes a handful, and this country will suffer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then we've got Florida.
I consider him a danger to our society and to our country. I don't trust him. I think every document that he took from the office, he's trying to sell on the open market somewhere somehow, or he's already been out bragging, showing it all off for people to take pictures of.
I think those are the particular lawyers they're talking about that are squabbling, is the ones working with the document case.
Because it appears that he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. They have him. They were going to turn over 16 documents. The archives was that proved that he was. And what did I just see him headline? Damn it! I switch things too much when I'm just headline a little while ago that there were discussions about overturning the election in 2019. Long before the election came along, they were already discussing, if he lost, how to overturn it. This shit was set in motion long before that ballot was cast. It was an attempted coup, is what it was. And the sad part for me is most of the people that tried to pull it off are still sitting in Congress. There's the ones that were willing to turn their back on this country.
The 116, wasn't it?
That's it. That ain't just a few. That's a bunch of them that were all too willing, including up in the Senate. Ted Cruz was all willing to throw this thing to the wolves. There was a plan to install a dictator, and if they would have pulled it off, baby, hell yeah, there would have been some constitutional amendments. Opening rights for the glorious leader to continue in office until such a time that America was great again. Or some bullshit.
Was great again. Well, they're not doing anything to make it great again.
They're willing
not when
to
the
burn
world's
it
looking
to the
at us
ground
and laughing.
in his name.
Now they're not laughing. They're just terrified that we're going to do something stupid and cause the whole global economy to crash.
Yeah. And it could. It could. And guess who that's going to hurt? Us. Everybody, but the wealthy will absorb it.
Oh, yeah.
The people down here at the bottom are going to be the ones suffering.
But they better be living behind giant walls, because there's going to be a lot of people pissed off.
I read an article, and Biden says he doesn't want to use the 14th Amendment, but he may have to.
He has come out and actually, tickled with the idea that he hasn't taken it off the
It's not off the
shelf.
table.
It's still there.
Because it's his power.
Yeah. So one thing he can do is throw that out there.
Yeah. They said it would go to the Supreme Court, but then the article I read about the Supreme Court said they probably wouldn't take it up because they don't like to get involved in that kind of thing.
Because the budget is not in the Supreme Court's
purview.
Yeah. This is about what that's what kills everybody. This is about what we already spent, paying for what we've already spent. This is not about future budgetary issues, the budget. This is not about what we're going to spend. This is paying for what we already did. And the Republicans are going to hold this shit hostage? Really? You know,
Just like you and me paying our electric bills, our gas bills, and so on.
I could see myself calling the electric company in. I'm just
Well,
using
and
way too much
you
electricity
know,
here, and until y'all make it to where I don't have to, I'm not paying my bill. And guess what happens? Electric companies shut your shit off.
Yeah, you're
right,
just done.
That's what
Sorry.
happens. You don't have, this is your bill. And that's what
John.
it is so ridiculous. Yes, sir.
I went for 3 months one summer without gas. I took cold showers because I couldn't pay my gas bill. And this was only a couple of years ago. And finally, in the fall, they came back with some kind of plan that they would allow us to pay so much a month and finally turned it back on. After 3 months in the summer, they wouldn't turn it back on. We didn't have the money to pay it.
That, people get that fine. I've been there. I've been there. I've been through I've had my power turned off more than once.
Yeah.
Nowadays, no. There's certain priorities in life. Somebody's going to suffer, but it ain't going to be the electricity bill because I got to pay it. And you got to make the house payment, the insurance
Yep.
payment. You know, you got to take the car payment. You got to make a car payment. You want to have a car. It's everything else. Usually, with our family and probably a lot of other families, it's your grocery budget that's going to suffer. You got to pay the bills. You got to buy groceries. Well, you're on a shoestring budget, baby. And that's what I'm not. We tried to be very cautious this weekend because like everybody else that made this trip, I'm going to be paying for this one for a little while.
Well, right now we're baking our own bread because we can't afford to go to the store and buy it.
Well, homemade bread would be better, wouldn't it?
It's not bad. It's just not big enough to make good sandwiches.
Make bigger loaves, buddy. Come on,
Well,
get a bigger pan. That's all.
Yeah. But $5.
Oh,
per
Von
bread.
Berry, if they cut off Social Security, we might see 10 million people in the street marching.
Be there.
You can't do that to this society.
I'll mute.
People live on that Social Security.
If I don't have it, I
You
can
start
pay it.
threatening to hold that back. What are you saying to the American people when you're willing to put that on the table? Republicans are willing to put your basic needs, monthly needs, just toss them aside. Not even give them a second thought because they have what? They're fighting to hold back Democratic spending. I don't think it was Democrats that got our ass here. I keep remembering that big wealth tax cut that Donnie Boy gave the wealthy. You want to know where the revenue went? That's where it went. So, fuck them when they start talking about, we need to cut social programs. No. How about bring back the tax that they were paying? That would help pay for a lot of this shit. But they're not going to do that, baby. Because they're not in it for America. They're in it for the power and the money. That's it. But in my opinion, they have a bunch of fools that they can play easily by playing patriotic music and waving a flag. You got half of them right there.
Yeah, we need to do term limits on a lot of things.
On Congress, baby. These congressmen, they get in there, and once they're, it's a standing rule almost everywhere. It's hard to beat an incumbent. It's their seat. You're battling to take them out of office. They have a lot of resources.
Right. I have this other group I belong to that, there's officers, blah, blah, blah. And there's a thing where they're every 3 years. We have elections every 3 years, I think it is. But what happens is a lot of those people switch positions. So, okay, this person then becomes the secretary or the treasurer or the whatever. So they end up being in there for a long time when they roll. And it's like, what's
Karen,
other than the type of group it is, there just aren't that many people to take over all the positions. But what you end up seeing is changes don't happen because you still have the same heads there, right?
Yeah.
So they still think the same and do things the same. So no changes are made. Whereas if you've got a rotation of some newcomers coming in, some younger brains, whatever, good or bad,
who have an eye towards the future.
Yeah.
That's my key. Is I want people in there that have an eye towards the future, that want to build something, that want to move this country forward. Most of these congressmen that have been in there for 30 fucking years, and I'm including some Democrats in that shit too. All of them.
Yeah.
Really. It
shouldn't be a lifelong career. It shouldn't.
should not. It should not. It's supposed to be about service to this country, not making you a millionaire. There's not a single person in Congress that's not a multimillionaire. Not a one of them, baby. It pisses me off that they sit on these committees and still allowed to invest in the stock market. Are you insider trading? Can we say insider trading? Can we,
we can say it, doesn't mean we can do anything about it.
Yeah. They make millions in the stock market because they discuss things behind closed doors in committees about business and everything. They have inside information about what's fixing to happen.
Well,
and we see occasionally one of them get caught.
Control of the bills and the laws and the blah blah blahs.
Well, I say all the time, you think that big old freaking tax law that we have, the book, if you really looked at the book, guess how many pages are for you? Very few. And because the whole damn thing is written for the wealthy. It's written for corporations, and since Citizens United, holy shit, it just made our government for sale. You put a for sale sign on the damn thing. Highest bidder, baby. And that's what we fight. That's what this group and other groups like this one, homegrown groups that are trying to fight. It's all in the vote. If we all get to vote, we win. That's it. There are more Democrats and liberal-minded people in this country and gaining that ground every day.
I'd really like to go to rank voting. I really would. Because that way they can't manipulate it.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't manipulate. It's more about the person.
Yep.
Ranked voting would be great with me. I'd be happy with that.
They wouldn't be able to figure it out. They wouldn't be able to poll for it. They wouldn't be able to do a whole lot of
because you'd be forced to speak to the whole community.
Yeah.
Not just your tribe. If you went to ranked voting, everybody gets a shot, which is supposed to be something that they should pursue. Anyway, I got distracted because Gazelle Penrose came in and became a new Patreon member. Gazelle, thank you very much, baby. Thank you very much. I'm going to be paying for my trip.
Glad to have
that
you.
helps, baby. It's how we pay the bills. This is It's only by the kindness of this family that I make my bills every month. So
I was just glancing at the headlines and I was wondering where Bernadette was tonight, but there's a little bit of an earthquake.
All right, I seen something about it. Well, that said 5.5.
5.5, but it says off the shore of Humboldt County.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which kind of is her county.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She sits on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
I talked to her yesterday. Talked to her yesterday. She was doing fine. She was doing some yard work, burning some brush. Electric company came in, put a new pole in, got new wire going to the house.
Yeah.
So things were
But
going
this just happened today,
Yeah.
so I don't know I just don't have the time. It doesn't say.
I'll call her after the show here. I'll get on the horn and call her and make sure she's okay. I want y'all to know, there's a bunch of mischief. A bunch of y'all that we talked about. We talked about y'all. I hope all y'all's ears was burning. Everybody's impressed, Mr. Chick, with your ability to keep us on track, for one thing. You're always knowledgeable about stories. When a subject is brought up, I'm pretty sure you're right there researching it live right here, and how much I appreciate that, and there's others in this family appreciate you, and Bernadette also. Key players, baby. Key players. And that's you.
Okay.
Are you blushing? Come on. I want to hear a blush, baby. Come on.
I don't know if you can hear a blush.
We love you for what you do here. And because it's a family effort. This whole thing, this whole conversation, everything we talk about can go in any direction. And sometimes Mr. Chick has to remind us why we're here. So.
Well, when I used to watch and not participate, I would be like tapping my toe going, okay, but get back to the stuff.
That was fine. Yeah, you had a great time.
Yeah.
This is the important shit. Who gives a shit about what you do? I get sidetracked a lot. And today I am. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying being back home.
I'm glad you got a little time off though too. You got a little break from the norm.
It recharged a lot of batteries. It really did.
Yeah. And you got to be a tourist. That's
I
always
did.
fun.
I
In
did.
your own state.
And I told people that, oh no, we're tourists. We don't know anything about this. I'm just wandering around. I'm lost. Which is what we did, and had a great time. But yeah, because I didn't look at the news. Not even when we got back to the motel room. I didn't turn it on or nothing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, nope. Didn't want to get into it. I just enjoyed myself too much, and I needed that.
It didn't go anywhere. It stayed right where it was.
Yep.
There was news, but whatever.
Yeah. I didn't see any red in the sky. I knew a bomb hadn't gone off. No nuclear war. So, we're good.
There
Let's
you
go
go.
get a margarita. So, yeah, it was great. It was great. But on that, I'm worn out. I'm tired. I'm looking forward to getting into my bed tonight, next to Mama, who I miss just anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just, I want my dogs down there at my feet so I can move them out of the way. You're taking up too much room. Get over. All of that stuff.
All that stuff.
All that stuff. That's what makes life.
All that normalcy.
Yep. You know what really bugged me on Friday night? Thank goodness I
Huh.
got a technical savvy son who's smart. Because the first night I didn't bring it up. I woke up like 3 times Friday night, middle of the night, just wide awake. Go out on the balcony and breathe some air, whatever, and try to go back to bed. And I guess it was the next morning that I realized what it was. It was the sound of silence. I sleep every night. We have a window air conditioner we have on, and Marcia always keeps his fan in the room. It's blowing. And it's that, white noise
Right.
that was gone. And every time I would even just slightly wake up, the first thing I would notice is, damn, it's quiet.
Too
Fuck
quiet.
happened?
Yeah.
Too quiet. So last night, Travis got my phone, searched up on YouTube, white noise, fan noise, plays for 10 hours, hit it,
There
put it
you
next
go.
to the bed. I slept a lot better. And so did
There
he.
you go.
So did he, because he has the same thing at his house. He has a
Okay.
fan in the bedroom at night, so you have that white noise thing. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, we have a white noise that's called credit that you
that
might
I
wanna
should
pull.
run. Yeah, I
Right.
didn't do none of it. Look at here. Send letters to Supreme Court. Oh, by the way, we're not having that anymore because we already did. And there's the credits. To get some mushy donuts because Rose didn't go either. So Travis was away from Rose for 2 days. And,
Oh.
and we're very close to our women. So, yeah. Anyway, they went to town. So go eat dinner.
Well, absence makes the heart grow fonder,
It
John.
does indeed, my dear. It does indeed, and I did miss her. And I very seldom ever leave her side. So, but I have grown kids now. Take care of Mama. I'll be right back. And Tyler did a great job of that. So he took 2 days. Oh, let me throw this quick story out there, because as soon as I get home, and after all the hi, everybody let the dog out, pet the dog, and all this stuff, Marcia says, why don't you show Dad the video of what happened at the store? I said, oh shit, what happened at the store? The store meaning where Tyler works, which is a little convenience store at a 4-way stop sign, ain't nothing around for 10 miles any direction. Well, there is another little store right down the road, but that's it. Anyway, I said, what the hell happened? I'm thinking of a robbery or some shit. They had to call the law. Well, what'd they have to call the law for, John? To get a 6-foot freaking alligator out of the parking lot.
Oh no!
Yes, and they got it all on video. So the game wardens are there. They got the thing. They got him lassoed, and now he's sitting there rolling on the ground, just rolling himself up in that rope. But the games wardens were there.
It's not that close to the water, though.
No. At
That's
the closest,
weird.
it's 5 miles from where I live. So
Oh.
that's 5 miles away from the river. Ain't no other water around. We keep
Right.
speculating somebody dropped off an alligator.
Yeah, that
But,
sounds suspicious.
I don't know because Mr. Kim, the guy that owns the place, been a little perturbed for a while because there's been a pickup truck parked on the side of his store, and it's been there like for 3 months, and nobody's come
Have
back
it
and got
towed?
it. But for him to get it moved, Mr. Kim has to pay the cost of the towing and
Oh.
whatnot to get it towed off. And so it's just been sitting there, and I don't know, but that's where the alligator came from, was underneath that truck. So I don't think it's
Oh.
been sitting there that long, so I don't
No,
think
but it was shady.
it
so
was
it
shady.
went-
He was sitting under that truck. But
Maybe
this
he
is
did
no
get
small
lost during
alligator.
the
This is
storm.
6-foot alligator, man. It's a pretty damn good sized alligator. it took, I don't know, I guess they took it back over to the river and turned it loose, which bothers me because, yeah, I found them in my backyard. So, yeah, it's something you have to watch for around here. I know they're there, so, you know.
It's kind of like a whale beaching itself.
Yeah, that's too far, though. I'm thinking
Yeah.
somebody had to drop that alligator off up there.
But that means they would have had to have caught that alligator or had it captive.
There's some pretty stupid rednecks around here, Barbara. So that's not out of the realm of possibilities. Anyway,
Ryan Coachman is a redneck, and when he was over in on the eastern side of Florida,
right?
he and my brother caught an alligator and put it in the back of somebody's car as a surprise.
Yeah, I bet that would be a surprise.
A surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Get your ass kicked for that kind of shit.
Well, they were dumbasses.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in this evening. I was not prepared for any conversations on politics or anything else, really. I just had a great weekend. But I wanted to come in and share it with y'all and just let everybody know. Mushy shit, how much I love this family and all that kind of crap. Much. All that kind of crap. So, but it comes from the heart. And I just want to say thank you to this whole Blue Dot family for hanging with us for so long and being a part of our lives. And a bunch of other mushy shit. Anyway. Yeah, all that mushy shit. We already been through it once.
If you
Look it up
could
in the
hear them
program.
right now, they'd be applauding.
Yes,
and they
yeah,
would
there you
say,
go. Look at there. Yeah,
You're
yes,
welcome, John. I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit. Anyway, I'm just so glad to be home, and I'm going to sleep well tonight in my bed. But anyway, Ed.
Yes, John.
Thank you for coming in, brother. I appreciate it.
Good to hear from you.
Have a good day tomorrow. It's a holiday, so enjoy
Will
yourself.
do.
And I will indeed.
You too.
I'm going to rest. That's a lie.
Hi, everyone.
First thing I thought when I pulled up my driveway, I got grass to mow. Shit, that shit grows. Anyway, DJ.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in. Take care of yourself.
Glad to be here. I missed you.
Maybe next time, plan a little farther in advance. Maybe you can make the next one.
I'm going to try.
Outstanding. And, of course, miss you, chick.
Yes.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
You're so important to this family. Anyway.
Everybody out there can thank John by liking, sharing, subscribing.
Right down there. You can't miss
Doesn't
it right
cost
there. There's a little
anything.
button right down there. Poke it. Get
Just
a like
poke
in
that
there. It's a small thing. And we would appreciate it. But anyway, thank you for being here. I'll get my shit together. If I have everything together, it'll be a rant tomorrow. We'll be back here Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. And so I want all of you to have a great night and know that I love everybody in this family. It just warms my heart every time I come in here. I lost a lot of things when I started this, and that discussion was had this weekend, but I gained so much. And so thank you for that. Anyway, all that other mushy shit, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We will see you Tuesday, baby. Be back for another Blue Dot family meeting. Until then, y'all take care and put a smile on your face. That's a big thing. Put a smile on your face and share the shit out of it.